Hi, ho everyone, my name is Root, and welcome back to GG Over Easy Podcast. In today's episode, we talk about Kenobi, all things Kenobi, spoilers as well. There will be a time where we say, hey, we're about to talk spoilers, and then tell you time to skip if you don't want to listen to it. Otherwise, if you do want to listen to it, boom, you got it. Talk about the greatest scam in the world. We talk about Destiny 2 doing DMCAs, getting sued by Bungie. We talk about the Jon Snow Game of Thrones sequel. We talk about Video Juegos. Blue has COVID, and other things. So enjoy this episode, and let's get into it. Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
This podcast is brought to you by our sponsor, BetterHelp. Burnout can come in many different ways, and to me, burnout is just the feeling of like not wanting to do something even though I want to do it, even though and then I talk myself out of it with any sort of excuse for it. Many people can get burned out with not even knowing it. Symptoms can include lack of motivation, irritability, fatigue, and more. We associate burnout with work, but that's not always the case. Sometimes your burnout can seep into other aspects of your life, like your hobbies. BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you to prioritize yourself. Talking with someone can help you figure out what's causing the stress in your life. My experience with BetterHelp was nothing but positive. Very professional, very chill. Didn't always have to feel like I had to use my webcam when I didn't want to. And my therapist was always there on time and always had something to talk about. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you do not want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy and can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/GG. That's betterhelp.com/GG. Myself, Mr. Fruit, and Blue Westlow are in love with our next sponsor, Factor. As the weather gets warmer, Factor can help you spend less time at home in the kitchen and more time enjoying the springtime with no cooking, grocery shopping, or dishes. Plus, perfect health conscious grab-and-go add-ons like smoothies and juices. Luckily, I don't have to meal plan or prep, and I can eat well now that I leave my meals to Factor. Factor makes it easy for me to eat clean 24/7 with fresh, never frozen prepared meals that are so delicious you wouldn't believe they're actually good for you. Again, that poblano chicken was so good. I want more of it. Factor now offers 30 meals per week where you can choose a variety of new meals every week. And on top of that, Factor gives you the option to change it up and select any meal plans between 4 and 18 meals per week. Busy schedule for both lunch and dinner? No worries. Add an extra 2 or 3 or even 4 meals to your order. Head to go.factor75.com/GG120 and use code GG120 to get $120 off your order. That's code GG120 at go.factor75.com/GG120 for $120 off.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the GG Over Easy Podcast, episode 138. In today's episode, it's your boys, all three of us. We're here. We've been scattered, but just like Sauron, we've gotten all the rings.
Just like Mordor, all three of us convened at the top of the mountain. I'll be Smeagol.
I'll be the ring. Throw me in.
I'll be the finger that gets bitten off.
Okay, I was thinking more Sam and Frodo, but
yeah.
I was thinking about.
I'll be Sam and Frodo at the same time. You stack them together. That's me.
So yeah, we've got some stuff to talk about. We'll be getting into Kenobi. I don't know if we want to do just Kenobi now to get out of the way, or save it till the end, or just because it will be spoiler.
Spoiler.
We will give a heads up.
Real quick though, before we go into Kenobi,
let me hear it.
I wasn't here last week.
Yeah.
And you guys know why I wasn't here last week?
I think I know.
Yeah, it's because I didn't wake up in time because I'm stupid. That's pretty much it. Yeah, there was nothing to it.
Oh, I
also got COVID on Monday.
Do you know where you got it from?
Yay! Congrats.
So I was visited by a significant other, and I happened to take a flight. On that flight back, I had a feeling I was going to catch COVID. Okay,
you just feel it.
No, I had a feeling because there was this very nice Caucasian lady, really nice, very talkative.
Could have been my mom.
Wouldn't stop talking to me. Had my headphones in, And at some point, I was even like, "Hey, had a long day. I'm just trying to listen to my tunes."
Shut the hell up.
Yeah, exactly. I was
Oh
like,
my
I even
god,
I said it as nice as I could. I was like, I'm just trying to
that's
listen to
nice.
my tunes and get home. I just want to get home and go to sleep.
This is the
I had
worst.
like a 2 hour, not even, I had like a 3 hour layover in Houston.
Oh,
And so I was like, I just want to go home and sleep. So, so, yeah, very nice white woman, you know,
a lot of so though, or
a lot of,
Was she
and I was like,
not just saying it? She was spitting it, spraying it.
she was really, the worst part is she really was really sweet, but I was just like, oh my God.
I don't care if people say I look ridiculous in a plane. I will always have a mask. Like for the rest of my life, even like before the pandemic, I always wanted to wear a mask. Anybody that wore a mask in a plane before, I was like, smart man. Like you're fucking smart. Like I just don't know where to find those. Like, and now I
Well,
know
everyone now gives me looks because I'm the only person now that just still wears a mask everywhere. But they did. I haven't been sick and I don't know how long, man, and it's pretty cool.
it's cool.
Yeah, fruit just gets sick at other things.
Yeah, I was gonna say I used to be like a walking sickness. That's just what I was.
He's not really a sickness. He's a walking injury prone.
Yeah, true. I already got enough going on. You know what I'm saying?
So when did you start feeling it first? Like in the throat, or go ahead. What reminds you?
Oh no, I just got an ultrasound yesterday, trying to figure out more issues.
If you're pregnant?
Yeah, I don't know, doc. Something's kicking. No, it's my
Did they say
but
with my ultrasound? They're like, yeah, pretty unremarkable. I was like,
You're
yeah.
pregnant.
no, I still got to get checked up on. But I did it like 2 years ago, and they thought there might have been like tumors. No tumors, so that's the good news.
We like that.
But there's still something wrong. So, what are you gonna do?
Just pay thousands of dollars. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, no, your copay is $8 million. Okay, sick, dude.
I love this country.
What I paid for.
But yeah, I just I was like, okay, please stop talking to me on this flight. That would be really nice. Just don't do that.
Houston to San Antonio got to be what, maybe a 30-minute flight, if that, like 45
Oh,
minutes.
100%. But the way
That's all it
Southwest
took.
works, the way Southwest is like, man, I don't know how the hell. See, the worst part is, it's like I didn't talk to anybody. I waited on Houston, picked up my bottle of water. I was like, all right, we'll just sit here, browse Twitter, look at some shit posts.
Classic.
We'll make it. We'll make it. We'll make it. And of course, the one person I talk to is just man.
Well, and
Sure. Well, she didn't cough like that's actually me, but
like Southwest.
That's not me reenacting.
Southwest, you pick your own seats, correct?
Oh yeah, and I try to go as far back in the back as possible, so I don't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, I picked a winner.
I'm gonna be honest. I was very surprised I didn't catch anything at GCX. I even took like a test when I got home. Was negative. I then took one like 3 days later and was still negative. Because
oh wait, does that make me the first of us three to get COVID?
Unless
yeah. I mean, unless like I was asymptomatic or something at one point in my life. I
wouldn't be surprised if Rob was asymptomatic.
But
way to pop your COVID cherry.
Yeah, I truly didn't feel anything. And then like I was asking Blue like where you first felt it, because like when I get sick, like the roof of my mouth, like gets it gets like airy and dry. Like that's when I know like we're fucked.
So I definitely first felt it as like a sore throat, and usually for me sore throats are like they'll go away by the time I wake up. This one did not. So when I woke up the next day, I want to say all Saturday I had a sore throat, and then Sunday I got home on Thursday. So
yeah, that COVID just seems like the worst.
So Saturday I had a sore throat. Sunday I was like, people are not joking about that the headache, the haze, the COVID haze.
Like the brain fog or whatever.
I kid you not. It feels like I got hit by a COD stun grenade IRL. and I would just walk around
Flashbang.
like
CS Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The CS flash, well, not a flash. CS has stun grenades where you're like,
And
bing.
concussions
Yeah, it's a
or
flash
whatever.
grenade.
That's too.
Yeah, but more like the COD stun grenade. Where you're
Okay,
just
I
like,
see where you're a little bit
gotcha, I
like.
you're like, and
Life finds a way.
yeah, that was fun. That was awful. That sucked. But
I enjoyed that.
but yeah, Sunday was really my only day where I was like really sick. Cause the haze was gone by Monday. I still had a little headache, still had a little sore throat. And honestly, by yesterday, I was like, yeah, I'm probably like 90%. And then today, I still have a little cough. Still have
Are you
obviously my
like
throat
are you
is
like
recovering.
quarantined in from like your roommates and stuff like that?
Yeah, your boy's quarantined out the wazoo, so
DoorDash is life right now.
when everyone goes to sleep, I put on my little mask and I go out into the looking like a little gremlin.
Everything looks like the upside down world
What
when you
do I
leave your
have?
room.
What can I eat right now? I'll DoorDash, and then yeah, I mean, really not that bad. This is your boy's reminder. Make sure you guys get vaccinated.
So you're telling me you believe in all that shit? I'm just kidding.
That shoy, bro.
My Shun guys did the trick. Dude,
As the
so.
Vista's treating you, bruv.
all the stones you were rubbing on your skin really helped you out there.
Yeah, really.
It's my
Despite everything,
connection
wasn't
to
that
Mother
bad.
Nature.
The Lipton tea, the secret.
True.
My
secret-
Chinese healing tea. That really helped. My
Lipotam.
warm Lipton packets.
But it's
Yeah, I
funny.
was sick for
Well,
a couple days.
well, I
Not
guess-
really sick for a couple days. It was literally Sunday. I was like, "Yeah, I got COVID. Yeah, this sucks."
Well,
Glad
Monday,
you're doing.
oh,
You're
this is
feeling better,
I'm feeling okay. And then today, still nursing a minor cough. That's mostly because my mouth is dry, and my voice is not 100%. But you know what? Otherwise, I could go outside, take a shit in
The woods.
the grass, and I wouldn't feel tired at all. I'd be like, "Hell yeah, brother! I just did that." For one with nature.
I said it's funny, but it's really not funny. When you said you had COVID, my mom had
That's
tested
hilarious.
positive for COVID that morning. And she was driving back from Oklahoma with COVID. And she ended up having to stay in like a hotel room for like 4 or 5 days because her boyfriend was getting a surgery on Thursday. So the last thing they needed was for him to be like compromised and reschedule
Right.
because that shit is expensive. Like he's a nurse and still doing all that stuff is expensive. Like,
Nobody wins.
oh, okay. Healthcare rant. I went on one kind of the other way, but I have another one because I'm
Go
learning
on.
things. Because I'm learning things.
Knowledge.
Let's
You
go,
want to
let's
know what
go.
I think is the biggest scam in the whole world? Health
What?
insurance, for one. But the fact that my eyes and my teeth require a separate
That's not your health,
So-
dude. Yeah. Sorry.
that like doesn't make sense to me. Like why? Other than just being like, oh, money. Like, like there is
Yeah.
no reason my eyes and my teeth should require a completely separate thing from the healthcare that it
Don't you
doesn't
remember,
make any.
dude?
I was so fucking pissed.
Your birth certificate had your body, your eyes, your teeth. Like that's how they break you down. There's 3 parts.
Oh,
you know?
dude, you know the best part about that too is my normal healthcare is like I don't think I was late once, and then I mean the one time I was late on my payment, I was late like 2 days,
Hey,
2
things
days.
happen.
Showing up like, where's the money?
And in those 2 days, my dental got canceled for the year
God.
because
fine.
I was late for 2 days, and I was like, what? I was like, my
Well-
main one, y'all, my main one, I've had for about 6 months, and I haven't been late once. It was 2 days, and then
Yeah.
my rep for my dental was just like, yeah, I'm sorry, that's just how it works. Like, yeah, you were
Yeah.
late 2 days. Yeah, we're gonna
Get
cancel your dental for the rest
finessed.
of the year. And I was like, I'm sorry. All right.
I was
Alright,
literally
bro.
like on the phone with like somebody like talking, and they're like, so I was like, oh, with this health insurance, I was like, well, how does that do with like dental and like vision and stuff? And they go, oh, you want dental and vision? Okay, so with dental and vision, I'm like, wait. I'm gonna stop you there. You're telling me because like
All
I got
different.
my eyes are all right, and and I had daddy, I had daddy insurance when I had my whole mouth stuff, so I didn't really get to see that. And like I have like 2 fake teeth that like at some point I'll have to go in and like get replastered or whatever like that. But I got the one that is like in like 20 years type of thing. But I just couldn't believe it, dude. I was fucking furious because I'm looking and stuff. I'm learning being an adult, and I was just thinking about you, just Christian, with someone who has just terrible eyes, like what that must be like.
And now all these teeth problems.
Oh, true, your jaw and all that.
Yeah, which
Where does that fall under? Does that fall under dental, or
it
does
can
that
fall under everything. It's great. Yeah.
Mhm.
It can fall both dental and it can fall under health. It's usually dental, which of course isn't covered. And then the best part is, like my dental, we look and anything TMJ oriented, they don't cover, which is
What is TMJ related? Like jaw related things?
tubular, or it's like turbomascular jaw.
And it's so
that's the
funny that you'd be
problem.
just like that.
The
No, we're not
tubes.
covering that. Like, no.
Yeah, so I started looking at it. I was like, what does my dental cover? I canceled it because essentially nothing. So I'm like, okay. It's not helping me with any of this.
It's like we'll
Literally
give you a
nothing
cheaper
to change.
copay, kinda.
No, I was like doing nothing. So I was like, okay, screw this, dude. But yeah, it doesn't come. That, and then my eyes are terrible. And then just my health in general is an enigma.
Like
It's-
I was shocked. I could not believe it. I was like almost appalled. I was like, well,
I
never
remember
mind.
you talking to me too
The
about like because
gall.
you were like, Blue, how does healthcare work?
Oh yeah, I had no
It was
clue.
like, so what do I look for?
Like, I'll be
all
real with
these
you,
different
Chiefs.
things.
I mean, people listening, you don't got to know that Twitch don't got health benefits. So I've been
Jeffy
riding
B said
solo.
no.
I've been riding solo for a little bit here,
And
and
I was just describing the normal things like, oh yeah, well, there's a couple different like these will cover like this is how much your copay will be. This is like how much you'll pay if
and
you go to the ER. And then
something.
even then, Rob was like,
Something.
"What a hold up, I can do his vernacular here. Okay, what a fucking scam, dude! Like healthcare is like a fucking scam, man."
I don't get it.
And
What
now
I
there's
really
two
hate,
Robs in the call.
and then what I hate too is Blue was telling me like, yeah, then you'll have to wait till like November to like have an open thing. It's like an open market where they show you everything, but you only have 2 months to do that, like from like November to like January. And then if you don't get in the cutoff dates there or something, you're not in the open marketplace or something like that for a thing. I don't even know what that fucking means.
Yeah, so then you can't like that means you literally can't apply for healthcare unless you have like a specific life event, like you move, you have like a serious illness that requires you to get health care, like very specific.
I'm waiting for the Twitch benefits, man. I'll tell you what, they say, hey, you run 3 ads every 3 minutes. We'll give you healthcare. I'm slamming that ad button. All right, let me see.
Yeah, half of your stream is ads. That's healthcare, baby. Like
Yeah, okay, that's what I gotta do.
But I was that's just a little side tangent as I start learning more about healthcare and stuff.
It sucks. What are you gonna do?
yeah, it's not
Just
great.
getting crippling debt, I think.
Yeah. I don't know, just live the rest of your life trying to pay off.
Do what everybody else does.
Student loan, medical loans. You know how it is.
Just bail me out. Come on.
Speaking of lifelong things, is Kenobi possibly the last installment in the Skywalker saga?
Oh,
That's a good question.
Probably
speaking
not,
of,
but-
spoiler talk for Kenobi starts now and
yeah,
ends
we'll give you like
whenever.
we'll start talking. We'll give you a buffer about a minute though before we actually start talking spoilers. I'll try and edit back in when it ends. Then you can hop back in if you
I'll
don't
write it
want
down right
spoilers
now.
for Kenobi. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your spoiler warning for Kenobi. You don't want to hear spoilers about the Kenobi Disney Plus TV series? Skip ahead. Specifically, skip to the 1 and 2 minute mark. I repeat, the 1 and 2 minute mark. It is safe. I love you. So Kenobi just finished. The season finale was this past Wednesday. 6 episodes. Bada bing, bada boom. They're done. Initial impressions go. I guess for 2 things. Series as a whole and then the finale.
I'll go quick. I'm sick of the 6 episode thing. What is up with that? Like, why do we have 6 episodes for everything now? I hate this Game of Thrones trend. Like, Peaky Blinders is 6 episodes, but I feel like they get it in enough in those 6 episodes.
Okay, well, the
Uh,
difference is Peaky Blinder episodes are an hour long.
True. I'm sick of these 6 hour or 6 episode things where you don't truly give it like what I think it needed. I mean, first impressions pretty unremarkable. Pretty like
The
if
series
we
or the
never
finale?
got
Or
both.
Okay.
I mean, I thought the finale was cool, but I mean, it wasn't like I need to go tweet about this type of thing. But it was like all right. Just there are a lot of low points and then a few like high points, but then just immediately like right back down. Like I said, the whole Leia chase scene may have been the worst scene I've ever seen in any sort of medium in television.
I don't know about
Ever.
Okay, it was not that
Yeah, I
bad.
don't know about
It was
that.
It was
I can find me
bad.
something worse real quick, but
I mean,
It was bad, but I could definitely find you something worse. Yeah.
if we're talking about like the Star Trek fight with the dude, Captain Kirk, and that alien, like maybe that, but that's also done in the 1960s, you know, like that can get a pass for me. This gets no pass. I also like the Grand Inquisitor's kind of storyline. I don't get her storyline.
you mean Reba?
Yeah, in the terms of like her art, like okay, she's a bad guy, but then Kenobi's like, but I know you're chasing him. Okay, now I'm gonna kill Darth Vader in this really unadvantageous area. Okay, Darth Vader turns out he knows, and then she's like good because she wants to kill him, but then she wants to go and kill a kid that he did to her.
Well,
But then
she was never good until she accepted that's not who she was. She wanted to kill Vader because she wanted revenge, and because she was fueled by revenge, she was always dark side. Just because she wanted to kill Vader didn't inherently make her bad. Because she admitted she did a lot of terrible things as an Inquisitor. But yeah, just because she wanted to kill the big bad, that didn't make her good.
but then she wants to kill Luke, which is like what
Because
she's
she
like.
because she wants to kill the lineage, essentially.
Okay, that's just it was all right. Like that side of the like, and then but I didn't get like she kills the alien dude, and then it's like alien dude is back. He's actually okay. Like it just didn't make any sense,
Oh my
and
god.
like it just seems super lazy that like she's like I'm gonna kill him, and then like kills him. Oh, you're the Grand Inquisitor now, but we're working on the real Grand Inquisitor in the back just in case because we know you're about to turn on Vader or something. I will say good things about some positives. I do like the casting of Leia. I think she's awesome and was one of the actual
Great baby Leia.
yeah, actually like one of the I actually caught like myself choking up in the finale when her and Kenobi had that like interaction and stuff. Like I liked that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I really liked. I thought it was cool, like the force grab of the ship type of thing for that Vader did. That was cool. I thought it was weird that like he does it and then like all of a sudden the other ship's like, peace, dude. Like you didn't see this one. Like
Juke.
yeah.
That's clever though.
I'm trying to think what else. I mean, yeah, I mean, just very unremarkable. Like, if this never came out, I would I would probably be like, oh, we need a Kenobi, like everybody else was. But now, stop.
And sometimes we think we want what we want, but we don't.
Oh well, my first impression, I wanted this, and I got what I wanted.
I mean, I
thought
wanted
it
it.
was really good. I
That's
thought it was
nice.
really good. I thought it had its moments of being super slow, and I think the content we got, they honestly could have just made that like a pretty damn good 2-hour movie of it.
I think this is
Instead
one of
a
those things.
6-episode.
Yeah, this is what
There's
the
a lot of
opposite
meandering.
of where you see a movie and you're like, that would have played better as a show.
Exactly. Yeah.
But in this case, it was like you took a movie and
Made it 6
stretched it out.
episodes.
Yeah, where
Yeah,
it
you
could.
could've
I never thought
easily-
about that. You're totally right.
This could have been an absolute banger 2-hour movie, but there was so much meandering. It definitely felt like the 6 episodes revolved around around 2 specific episodes, which is episode 3, when
They meet each other.
Vader
Yeah.
and Kenobi meet for the first time,
And then
Cornball.
the finale.
and like Vader's like, "Yeah, I still fucking hate you," and then obviously the finale, which was great. Like I love the finale.
Yeah.
I think for me, the reason I like the show so much is because it really revolved around the characters and not so much the spectacle. And I think for a lot of people that would come off as very disappointing. But I would say I think the last episode definitely had a lot of spectacle to it in a way that Star Wars fans like. But for me, it just I don't know, exploring the characters in a way, like exploring Kenobi and like really deepening the connection we have with him and his character and how he dealt with his own guilt and trauma of losing his brother. Even seeing Vader, even seeing parts of Anakin and Vader, I feel like this series really helped connect Anakin to Vader in a way that
Yeah.
wasn't there before. Like I could really see Anakin, I could really see Hayden Christensen as Vader now. You know what I mean? Like,
Did you watch Clone Wars, Blue?
yeah, I watched it, and
Okay.
I always saw, and they always did a really good job of connecting Vader that way.
Yeah,
But
I've
in the
never
live
seen it.
action, I don't think I ever really fully got that from the live action, and in this one, I really felt like we've got like a true, like, okay, yo, holy shit,
Did I don't know if you
Hayden
saw like
Christensen's Anakin is Vader, like,
they did like this really cool detail during that fight that like if you look really close you can see like his eye turning yellow as like he's like looking at Obi-Wan. It was like really it's like him truly. I felt like it was him actually turning into Darth Vader rather than the whole no thing. I think it did a way
Yeah.
better job of like converting him type of thing.
it's just I think for me it's the small details of like Ahsoka seeing his right eye and Obi-Wan seeing his left, because the two closest people
Whoa.
the two people who knew him the best saw two different eyes, and when they both looked into his eyes they both saw, okay, Anakin's really gone.
Yeah, I like how he calls him
boy,
Darth
ow.
when he leaves. He's like
Yeah, and that was the most
Later, Darth.
disrespectful. That was like a little bit of I love that part
Shade.
too, because it was like a little bit of like, see you, Darth, whatever the fuck your name is, like.
yeah, like bum.
Well,
But I really liked it. I would explore the characters in a way that I didn't expect from Obi-Wan. I know a lot of people wanted like Obi-Wan, Jesus Christ, the story, but like I thought this was really good
The Messiah. Like,
in giving us the connection from Obi-Wan the Jedi to Obi-Wan the Sage. We got to see like a very still in the not fully fleshed Darth Vader, who still got some of the faults of Anakin, and obviously still has all the revenge from Anakin. I liked Reva's arc. Leia was great, except for second episode. We need to talk about that.
dude, what's the planet she lives on again? Alderaan or something? That's the coolest
Alderaan.
planet that I've ever seen.
Sick-ass
I
planet,
fuck
right?
the Empire for blowing that shit up.
Yeah, fuck that shit. And then I will say the only thing that did take me out a little bit was, man, everyone just surviving fucking gut stabs in this franchise now.
Yeah.
Like Reva,
you mean Darth Vader?
Reva
just
just
goes,
has 3 holes in her chest, right? One from when she was a kid and 2 from now, and she's just like, yeah, this sucks, but I'll be okay.
Oh, I was gonna say you haven't seen it just came out on HBO a little while ago. It's like I don't know. I can never remember his name. Whitey Taikiti. Why can't what the fudge? I can't even remotely get close to his name. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Taika Waititi.
Yeah. He did like this pirate show, but there's this funny little thing where he was like showing people. He's gotten stabbed like endless times. And yeah, I've learned the art. So someone will go to stab him and he jumps into it in the right spot in his stomach so that it avoids everything. And I like to think that's what Reva's just gotten really good at. Like, oh no,
Dude, honestly, that was the only thing that took me out. I was like, damn, everyone just be surviving guts. Like Darth Vader literally double stabbed you, and you're just like, what's this thing? And I was like, come on.
Oh
Come
yeah, she like
on.
drags over like.
Yeah, I was like, come on, man.
But you're right.
It's a
You know
little
what I
much.
thought was gonna happen, dude? I was so scared that this was gonna happen. So you know when she's like carrying Luke, okay? I thought Luke was dead. I thought she was gonna do the force healing thing and put her for. I was terrified. I was like, "Don't do that, please," because then it'll just cheapen everything that's ever happened in Star Wars ever. So I was glad that didn't happen.
I will say there was one line that hit me right in my little meow meow. Was right at the end of Reva's arc, and she said, and she just looks at Kenobi, and she's like, "Have I become him?" And I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Sad.
Right in my heart, dude.
He's like, yeah,
No,
kinda.
you did kind of try to kill a kid, but you didn't. So you know what?
You're good.
That's an A plus. That's an A plus for me.
Well, honestly, the part 2 where it helped merge Anakin and Darth Vader and like Hayden Christensen and everything was, I think, probably one of the best scenes in all Star Wars, in my opinion.
Yes.
Was when he had his mask cap off and he's sitting there and his voice is going between him and James Earl Jones and it's like raspy.
Such good audio design.
It was such good audio and then powerful because, like, I will say they did a good job of like bridging, because A New Hope was made way back then and not prepared for what it was going to be. So like they did a good, like, Obi-Wan leaving and calling him Darth, which still doesn't really make sense because it's like, it's a title, it's not his name, but in A New Hope that's just what Ben said, so they're like, just call him Darth, so it makes sense. And so I think they did a good job of like some fanfare in that end to like bridge it, especially when he was like, you didn't kill Anakin, like I killed Anakin Skywalker. But then his whole speech, and then not only the audio design, but the way that they were doing it, you can see whenever he was going in between light and dark, and it was Anakin and Darth Vader, you would see more of the hue of Obi-Wan's lightsaber, blue. And then when he was like losing it more, it became more red of his lightsaber hue.
If J.J. Abrams got anything right, it's that the lens flare from the actual lightsaber color is.
It was that whole scene was.
And then he's like, the same way I'll destroy. And then he's just red lightsaber. It's like, oh.
And then it's funny. I was reading though on the Star Wars subreddit, which is like where they just go deeper. And that's the stuff where it's like, oh, I didn't know. They're like, dude, it was so cool to see him open up with form stance 3, and then he ended with form 5. And I'm like,
yes,
I'm a normie, man. But it was interesting.
So many small details they really put in.
That whole
which
thing.
Is why I really loved it.
My only complaint. Where's the dual face?
Okay.
They do it in the trailer, but nowhere in the show.
Oh my!
And on top of that, imagine this.
Just
that
having the
whole fight scene, but with John Williams. Doesn't even have to be dual fates. I think that's the one thing.
Was that not John Williams?
No.
Like I think that's the one.
I think the no, that's definitely my biggest downside of the series. I think the music was just so mid all the way through. It never made me feel anything.
For sure.
Like you typically come away, no matter the Star Wars movie, with like, hey, at least that soundtrack's almost a banger.
Just like at some points in Star Wars, they'll do like they'll show Luke and they'll do like Luke's theme for like 2 seconds. It'll be like, oh, womp, womp, womp.
I mean, it's like they showed Vader at the end, and the Imperial theme showed up for like 5 seconds. But no, the whole battle part, like that was like that's part of it too. Is like Kenobi had a lot of lows, but as with Star Wars and especially this, probably fanfare, there were some dope moments.
Man, I'd say this show had some like such high peaks.
I just wish they took the fight scene from 3, completely eradicated that, and waited for Darth and Kenobi to meet at that point. I felt like it would have had a little bit more weight to it.
Well, see, I think,
But 3 needed to happen.
yeah, I think 3. My problem with 3 was the way it was edited. It was so cornball.
Same, yes.
Like, it was like the editing was up there with like how they edited like the chase scene.
Like you
Like-
think a high school, you give a high schooler that scene and those
Yeah, they
like
get like you give
cuts and
2
stuff,
people the
that's what-
same footage and you go with the high score. Like that's what it felt like. Or maybe like they worked with what they got, but they shot it really weird. That was my problem. Like Obi-Wan being lame and not really able to fight. I think that also works better because then in 6, like
agree.
it's his whole travel. But for me too, it was the cringe of
He's out of
just like
practice.
it like there were literally points where like he was running around in that little workplace and I
Construction
swear
zone.
they were just like flipping scenes to make it look like he was running and he's just running in circles. I'm like,
100%.
he's in a giant open place trying to like hide on a sandhill. It's like what is this? That was my main problem with that.
Yeah, he just ran off, and I was like, okay. And then he like runs off into like the opposite side of the sand dune, like he's gonna get away from Vader, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Well, and then
So I had no problem with like the actual scenes, right? Like the
Right.
the
The
concept,
direction. Yeah.
the like Obi-Wan, you know, who feels a great sense of shame, is now totally out of practice and has to fight Vader, who was just always had this revenge. But I was definitely taken out by the, oh yeah, so he ran from one sand dune to the other, and oh no, Vader caught him. How did he do this?
Yeah.
Who
I
could have saw
think-
this coming?
And I think at first too, the meeting had me underwhelmed, but now seeing the finale and the series as a whole, it makes more sense. And that's why again, I like as a whole, I'm still pretty mid on this. I think I would have rated it poorer if because like that was the problem is like 1 through 4, 3 kind of got you there, but it was kind of like, what are we doing here? And then I think they did a good job 5 and then especially 6.
Of showing you what they're doing here.
Right. And I think the problem was I was like, if I'd watched the series back to back on a day, maybe I would have maybe had a different feeling. But like waiting weekly, and I'm like, this is what we got this week,
It was very slow, for
which
sure.
is why I think you put that into a 2-hour movie, and
The pace would
would've
be
been
way
a-
better.
It
And
would have been a good
Yeah.
2-hour movie.
I think you cut out a lot of the filler. You keep in because like I think literally just like put in all the highs of this show, make that the 2-hour movie, and it would have been a banger.
I think
just
Disney
think-
Plus was like, hey, we need a series.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
This is just one of those times, and it's usually not the case. Usually the opposite, but where it's like this should have been a movie. Like I think you just drew it out a little too much. But I will say I am
think
a
Disney's
little.
scared of movies right now for Star Wars for some reason.
Well, yeah. Everyone's kind of like nobody wants to touch a Star Wars movie right now.
Yeah.
I am a little more positive on the series after the ending because I feel like 5 and 6 helped tie it up, made it a little more meaningful for me. I still don't think we needed this. But I will say this: if they make a season 2, I will be upset because like they keep
Oh,
saying
for sure.
like it's open for a season 2, and like Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor, we want to make a season 2. It
Why?
either has to be Obi-Wan completely separated from all of this, doing his own thing,
Yeah.
because like
Well, I think they
It
shut the
wrapped
door
it
on
up.
like a season 2, like by basically like the Emperor going like, "Hey, let go of the past, bitch," and he's like, "All right."
well, that's what
Sorry.
I'm saying.
Why
Like
is Palpatine just like, hey, you still mad that dude saucing you, bro?
He's like, "No, no, no."
if they do a season 2, it needs to be like Mando
He's still
season 1.
saucing you.
Where it's just random adventures every episode because like I feel like we now have the closure to A New Hope. If he meets Darth Vader again, I feel like that's gonna like squander
Cheapen
what
it a lot.
we just did. Yeah, so if you're gonna do a season 2, disconnect them. But because like I think at this point you did what you did. You closed it. I feel like we got a happy little like, okay, this makes sense. I see where everything went. I think a season 2 will ruin it.
Yeah.
But I do think this is one of those times where I had to wait to see the entire thing for me to feel a little bit better about it. I really enjoyed the highs. like we said, there were really good highs, but there were really low lows. And yeah, overall, I'm a little more positive on it after the finale. It's like
I would agree.
I think if you're a Star Wars fan now, I would recommend it, having seen the whole thing. But also
I
to
think
just
especially if
know,
you're a prequel fan,
yeah, you're gonna have some Star Wars
highly
cheese.
recommend.
I thought
Real
the
Star Wars cheese.
flashback scene to where they're training was really sick. Like I thought that was cool. I wish we got a little bit more of that. Honestly, I hate to be like, give us more of the old stuff, but like it would have been cool to like maybe give us some.
Oh.
I understand the logistics of that too. You know,
I
you can
was
only do
waiting
so
for
much.
it. Popped off. I can't believe they got Liam Neeson. That was sick.
Oh yeah, they actually got Liam Neeson. I was like, holy
Yeah, I was
shit.
sitting there. I was like, God, that would be sick. And I mean, it felt, the funny thing too is like the end of the series, last couple minutes was like fanfare. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
you made it
that's-
this far.
right. I'm like, I would have taken 6 episodes of that. But like, I don't know. Like, and I really like the finale.
It was great.
Especially because like even just the fight, like that's what, the more you break it down, it's so interesting because he and Obi-Wan fight again, right? And now this time Obi-Wan's like he's back in touch with the Force. And as people point out, it's ironic that, well, first off, thank God Darth Vader didn't say he had the high ground again. And he squandered it again. What is he doing? But the reason Ewan McGregor like fully touches back in the Force and becomes one with it is because, ironically, the thing that pushes him in the moment he's under the Rebel is finally accepting emotions, because the whole time in the whole series, he was
Jedi,
so
like,
strict with the
told
Jedi
him.
way and stuff, like, yeah, like, don't use your feelings, which is why he was always kind of repressing Anakin, saying like, hey, like, stop using your feelings in the fight. We even saw it, in that flashback. But the whole point, he was always repressing it, but then realized like what was fueling Darth Vader, for instance, was emotions, but it were negative emotions. And in this case, Obi-Wan was using positive emotions to fuel him, like love,
Positive affirmation,
friendship, yeah, like wanting to protect others, like that kind of stuff, and he let that flow through him. And then the interesting thing is people were talking about, so after the, because this is when they got real deep, and I was like, I'd never paid this much attention, was after the Duel of Fates with who Jim calls it, Darth Maul. He sees Qui-Gon die, and then he lets his emotions take the better of him, and slices up Darth Maul. And then after that, he adopts and only uses Form 3, and this is when I was like, okay, this goes deep. And Form 3 is like that, like typical, like
defensive form,
right, where he does his little hand. Yeah, so apparently it's the defensive stance, and it's all about counterattacks, wait for the right moment to attack, no offense, that kind of stuff. So that's what he's adopted, because what he realizes otherwise his emotions get the better of him. So at the start of this fight, he does the same thing. He does his Form 3, but once he comes out the rubble, he uses Form 5, which is ironically the exact same stance that Anakin used in Revenge of the Sith against Obi-Wan. But now he's using positive emotions to go on the offensive. I thought that, like, the little details that, like, at first you wouldn't.
It's
really
like you
notice.
said, there's got to be a middle ground between Sith and Jedi. They're both two extreme views of the Force.
Well, we do. I think the thing that irks me is we still play it like it's such taboo. And it's like in the original movies, bro. That's the whole thing Luke realizes. It's like, it's not about like never having emotion. It's about using your emotion for the right things. And every single Jedi is like, well, but the yabba dabba do emotion kind of bad actually. It's like, bro, oh my god, what is anyone gonna figure out that like the answer is I fight for my friends and to protect my friends. And
They need
and you know
anime.
what?
What?
Yeah, where they need anime. Whereas it's like, no, fighting is so bad, and those emotions are gonna make me weak.
But my
Whereas like,
friends are
bro,
hurt.
But it's like it's literally like why can't you guys just like tap into the power of fucking friendship? I am waiting for you guys. Like it is so simple. Every anime does this. It's literally the power of friendship. Let's get it together, guys.
I think
let's
it's also good though because it also makes them like fallible rather than just like the Jedi are always the best and they do everything right and it's good versus evil.
for sure. Yeah.
And but I agree, like I think too, like it's almost become like
I
a religion thing over the
Yes.
thousands of years where like
I think in a post Jedi society, people should start figuring out, hey, because I mean, at this point, everyone knows. All right, the Jedi sucked.
well,
They
because
were
like
they were not great.
my biggest argument, and people bring this up and see this is part of the whole moral ambiguity thing of the Jedi. Obi-Wan still doesn't kill Darth Vader when he could, right there, right? And
Yeah.
so he thinks he's doing, like, he's taking the path of mercy or whatever,
Righteousness,
right?
like,
And
or-
like not letting my dude, are you gonna tell me that knowing what Darth Vader's gonna do now?
Yeah, he blows up Alderaan in a couple years.
Right. So
like,
you spared one life and didn't let that so that he could kill billions. And so like he wouldn't know what Darth Vader's gonna do in the future. Okay, you know, we've got
but we know what he's gonna do. Like,
like,
he wants
I
to
think
just
that's the part of it.
eradicate.
But like it wasn't
Democracy.
like bad storytelling. That's further to prove because like the reason he then sees Qui-Gon and he's like, we've been waiting for you. Like he's finally found his way, but ironically it's still like this messed up like what Anakin back in Revenge of the Sith kind of realized with Mace Windu was like the irony, because Mace Windu, my boy, was like, hey dudes, Emperor Palpatine, maybe we should kill this dude. You know,
He's
like
right here.
a good
Let's
means
just get
to
it
an
over
end.
with.
Right. Like, yeah, we're Jedi, but also like not killing him. This is a bad idea. And Mace Windu had it right. You know, Obi-Wan should just done a little zzz, and then been like, oops. Because he goes back and he's like, we're both free. Yeah, but the universe ain't. The galaxy ain't, brother. And I get why he didn't do it. And that's the whole point of like the Jedi still have this really warped sense of like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm so glad you feel better about yourself, my dude. But tell that the next 8 Death Stars.
I can almost understand with Obi-Wan because killing Vader would do nothing ultimately because the big bad is Palpatine,
I mean, I agree.
right? Like like you kill Vader, okay, well Palpatine's like, "Oh no, well, there goes my beater. I guess
But
I'll have to
I
get
would
my
set
hands
him back
dirty."
until he can clone himself 2 million more times.
God, we don't talk about the sequels. They didn't have
I was sitting there looking at the hologram, like thinking about what
like
episode
the
9 did, and
logistics
I'm
to
like,
make.
what? Man. Looking back to, I mean, here's like, I kind of talked about, like Joey and I kind of talked about it, and that's just what I kind of realized is like, Star Wars is always going to be cornball. There has some cool spectacle points. They have some stuff, but like loopholes and cheesy, that's going to be there. And like the prequel series, for instance, like when people first watched it, and a lot of people still do, are like pretty whack. But if you just go in there like, hey, this is fun. And this new trilogy, you know what? I might go back and watch it, and this time I can ignore all that stuff and just be like, ooh, Star Wars, pew pew pew. Because otherwise, yeah, episode 9 comes in, and I'm like, what? Why? All of this.
I just hope we never see episode 10. Just do something. Like you said, is this the last we see of the Skywalker saga? I pray that it is.
Give me
like,
Knights of the Old Republic, dude.
Like now you've given us what we wanted. Now like give us what we don't want.
Oh,
Like
but that's one more thing I want to talk about too. That like we saw when Obi-Wan and Darth Vader were fighting again was yeah, Obi-Wan hasn't been in the touch with the Force for like 10-15 years and out of it, but he's still able to take him on, because part of it too is Anakin's only been in the suit. You know, last time they fought, he wasn't in the suit. And they also showed that in the choreography, which I think is a cool way to tie it into the old trilogy. Where like fighting was stiffer, but it seems like they'd almost made that purposeful in that they wanted to show that like Darth Vader is stiff right now because he's no longer jumping like he
Yeah.
was Anakin Skywalker and flipping. He can't do that anymore. Whereas Obi-Wan is still kind of doing some of the spectacle stuff, and that like is almost the end of the prequel series fighting, because moving forward you have Darth Vader and then not many Jedi, but an interesting dichotomy too of showing like just how different things, and then that's why moving forward too, like everything seems so much slower and grounded because it's what it is. But
No, I dug that. Like, I did not want them to like all crazy stuff
Right.
like in episode 3 because they're not at that prime anymore. Like, I wanted to see like what we saw, like which was still great choreography, I thought.
well,
But,
and then
like-
seeing Obi-Wan finally too pulling out Force and like just like
I
Force
mean,
pushing
but-
and the earth bending.
Let's like, oh, hey, Ray does that for fun. All right. Ray does that for absolute fun. All right. She literally does that in the first time she uses the Force. So I'm not impressed.
You just got to take each one in a vacuum. But yeah, like that, like seriously, literally that last episode and especially the confrontation, like that redeemed a lot for me. I was like,
For sure.
that was like what I was hoping for like
Throughout
the
the series.
fanfare redemption. This is the connection we have between the two. Like literally those scene that, you know, it was cut in between, but
Sequence.
that entire sequence like justified the whole thing. Like, why didn't we just have that? That was sick.
Same, I agree.
It was super dope. And then finishing out with the speech and then the audio stuff. Oh, that was good.
Yeah, I didn't know James Earl Jones was still doing Darth, man. That dude is still going. Respect to James Earl Jones, a legend.
Well, and some people point out they're probably using similar technology to what they did with Mark Hamill to make him sound younger.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he did.
I mean,
Vader back in
technology
the
at
day.
this point, like, or CG, I don't even like what you would call that. Some form of CGI or something to make their voices younger, but
AI or something, but
yeah, it was awesome. Because
but it
I
was
figured he's like 91. I figured he'd be like doing like something or like couldn't do it anymore or something.
no.
But there's a way.
So yeah, like start of the series was real rough for me, but strong finish. And that's my
Yeah.
take.
Well, okay. So, what would you guys like score it? I guess, or put it on like your Star Wars tier list. I guess.
Tier list, I have no idea. Probably rate it like 3.5 out of 5 stars. I feel like that's somewhere I'd put it.
I would give it like an 8 for me. I would say the early on episodes was very slow. It was a pretty hard 7.
Yeah, the
But I
ending
think the
is
last
like what kind of brought it.
last 2 episodes were just like the last episode was like a 10 for me.
Sam. Just sick.
So it really peaked at the end, which is good. I mean, if it didn't peak at the end, I would have been like, "What the?"
Which is a nice
Yeah,
change
well-
because as we talked about with like Marvel shows and stuff right now, they're having
For
trouble.
sure, they
ending.
don't know how to end it.
But this one was like beep.
Yeah, that one was. It was just it just like kept going, and like I honestly found myself emotional at the end when like him and Leia are talking at the end, and and then I actually laughed.
Hello there.
I lulled in one of the episodes. I normally didn't lull at all during their comedy during this, but when he was like, "I give you this holster," she would have wanted you to have it. She's like, "It's empty." He's like, "I'm not gonna give you a blaster."
Yeah.
Like it was just really funny, and that's when I was like, "This Leia kicks ass."
I did get a chuckle at the hello there when he
That was like the ultimate fan.
Yeah.
Like
I was
that
like,
was
oh my god. And I was
that
there
one
for
was
it.
like the
I was
confetti pull. Like
like that one I was like, if they'd done like the I have the high ground again, Obi-Wan, I would have been like, all right. With the hello there, I was like, that was tasteful. That was funny. Okay. You got me. Take it.
I do mine out of like 10. I'd give it like a 7.5, like a C plus, you know, like very above, I'd say like above average. Better than what I liked with Boba Fett, but I also didn't hate Boba Fett as much as the next guy. But yeah, Barry's just solid. I'd recommend it for any kind of Star Wars fan, especially if you like 1, 2, and 3, which I'm sure at this point you're watching. But like for a casual person who doesn't really like Star Wars, are you missing much? Like I like with when it comes to like Mandalorian, that's a show where I'm like, even if you don't like Star Wars, go watch The Mandalorian. Like,
But I was thinking about it. I do think that it would help if you were to show somebody's never seen Star Wars and you're like, okay, start with Phantom Menace or whatever, and they start from the prequels and go through. I actually think I would tell them to stop from Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope and watch this now, because you might be like, hey, like you can probably skip like episode 2 and 4, like you'd probably have some points, but like,
yeah,
I honestly think that little bit at the end there helps tie in so much,
enhances it.
and then ironically helps A New Hope with a lot of stuff normally that would have kind of felt out of place. I think it actually helps bridge that a little bit. So yeah, more positive about it now that it ended. It was definitely the first couple weeks where it's like, what are we doing here?
Well,
I don't know.
And like you said, I'd rather have it end that way than just be like, it was great all the way up until the ending. Like, I feel there's like so many series right now, other than The Boys, that is just a fucking ride right now.
Boys does fuck.
I haven't caught up on that because it's like video games. It's like there was nothing to watch, and then they drop Kenobi, Miss Marvel, Peaky Blinders, Umbrella Academy, The Boys. I think there's like something else, all in like the same time, and I'm like,
You think we're in that like content thing we talked about like years ago, that in 2020 and 2021 we were not going to have any new content, and at some point we were going to have this plethora of content that everybody just had after the pandemic?
Feels like it. Because then, although not so much with movies, I know movies, because I feel like a lot of those they went to either pictures or delayed. Like we haven't had a huge, I don't know. It feels like with shows at least though, yeah, there's definitely a good influx right now.
Did you see the Jurassic Park movie, Blue?
I have not, and I don't really have a feel like a urge to.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
Oh, did you guys see it last week?
Yeah, I saw it. We both saw it like alone. He went by himself and I went by.
Yeah, because Claire's like, no, I'm good. I don't need to see that, and I should have taken her advice.
Yeah, it was like 11 o'clock, and I was like, I'm gonna go see a movie. She's like, what movie? And I was like, I don't know. She's like, I will fall asleep in the theater. I almost did fall asleep in the theater.
Because like this, for instance, with Kenobi, it's done. I can look back, and I'm a little fonder on it. Like, okay.
Yeah, I can look back fondly on this.
Yeah, and like, okay, these moments, like, they had good payoff. And like, okay, I didn't like this, but now seeing it as a whole, okay. Looking back in Jurassic Park, nope, still hate it as much as when I went out of the theater.
Not as much as we hate Ark Survival, though.
Oh, and
we found that out.
I did see a comment. Apparently, Rob, like the girl that shows up in the third was a thing in the second. I guess it'd been so long, but also
that went through my
but also
over my head.
Had I been like, yes, that would not have changed the movie really for me.
No, not at all.
I mean, more dinosaurs, man. And stop with this, all right? Just stop. Overplayed, man.
But keep this.
Well, no, now he's Form 5.
Oh, what does Form 5 look like?
That's like when he like hit his helmet and was all offensive and like attacking Vader on the back. Because he went with an offensive stance. What is Form 1, 2, 4, and are there more? I don't know. But it was pretty interesting. Reading everybody break it down. I'm like,
there's a lot of forums, Mr. Vert. There's a lot of forums.
Yeah, I'm like, who knew? So I do want to go back. Joey sent us that list because I tried to like go back. I'm like, okay, well, I've heard Rebels is really good and Bad Batch and like part of the Clone Wars. So I'm like, I'm gonna go back to animated Clone Wars. I only ever saw the first like 2 seasons.
I'm gonna try it out.
I couldn't get through the first season. So instead, he gave me like an anime filler list, essentially. He's like, hey, just watch these. I'm like, that's perfect.
This is exactly what I needed.
So now I'm going to go back and watch those.
Yeah, I never watched any of the Rebels. I think it was in that weird teenage point in my life where I was like, that shit's a cartoon, bro. I'm fucking old now.
I'm a part-time cashier at Circle K.
Yeah, I'm a part-time cashier at Circle K. I'm not watching that, Snowflake, all right? So
don't you ever.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
solid.
Talk about my mug.
pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
This podcast is brought to you by our sponsor, BetterHelp. Burnout can come in many different ways, and to me, burnout is just the feeling of like not wanting to do something even though I want to do it, even though like, and then I talk myself out of it with any sort of excuse for it. Many people can get burned out with not even knowing it. Symptoms can include lack of motivation, irritability, fatigue, and more. We associate burnout with work, but that's not always the case. Sometimes your burnout can seep into other aspects of your life, like your hobbies. BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you to prioritize yourself. Talking with someone can help you figure out what's causing the stress in your life. My experience with BetterHelp was nothing but positive. Very professional, very chill. Didn't always have to feel like I had to use my webcam when I didn't want to. And my therapist was always there on time and always had something to talk about. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you do not want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy and can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/GG. That's betterhelp.com/GG. Myself, Mr. Fruit, and Blue Westlow are in love with our next sponsor, Factor. As the weather gets warmer, Factor can help you spend less time at home in the kitchen and more time enjoying the springtime with no cooking, grocery shopping, or dishes. Plus, perfect health conscious grab and go add-ons like smoothies and juices. Luckily, I don't have to meal plan or prep, and I can eat well now that I leave my meals to Factor. Factor makes it easy for me to eat clean 24/7 with fresh, never frozen prepared meals that are so delicious you wouldn't believe they're actually good for you. Again, that poblano chicken was so good. I want more of it. Factor now offers 30 meals per week where you can choose a variety of new meals every week. And on top of that, Factor gives you the option to change it up and select any meal plans between 4 and 18 meals per week. Busy schedule for both lunch and dinner? No worries. Add an extra 2 or 3 or even 4 meals to your order. Head to go.factor75.com/GG120 and use code GG120 to get $120 off your order. That's code GG120 at go.factor75.com/GG120 for $120 off.
Okay, if you're listening here or moving forward, you might have jumped a little forward to be safe. No more spoilers. You are free.
You are free. You are
No
in
spoilers.
safe waters.
Free.
Now you can binge it all like you planned on doing, I guess, if you haven't watched it to this point.
Speaking of TV shows, we didn't get to this last week because I think it was a topic, but evidently announced and are planning a Jon Snow sequel. You guys see that?
Why?
Part of me is like hyped because like I did like where it ended with him. I think it's cool that he's at the wall. You know, you could do something cool with it. But
Well, he's the king of the North now.
you
He's a
could also
freeman, Northman.
fuck it up. You could also just destroy it even more.
See, I don't know yet if I'm excited because I need to see the new HBO Game of Thrones.
The House of Dragons.
Because it's so hard to say, like, if this is going to be their own story, right? And they're not going off a template. And so the pacing and narrative is consistent. What will that look like? I don't know. So I don't know how to feel yet. I mean, I love Kit Harington and Jon Snow. So let's see what they could do, I guess. But like until I see the House of Dragons, for instance, I don't know yet if it's a good or a bad thing. But
Yeah,
it's interesting that that's where they're going.
I'm not scared, but I am worried because I love Jon Snow and like give me more of him. Like I'm all about that.
She's my queen.
But yeah, they really butchered it. Like, I mean, I almost just said I would rather have a Jaime prequel, but he got smushed by the ceiling.
And his character got absolutely no other character got more butchered
Done
than Jaime.
dirty. Yeah. He was up there with like
He was
even
one of
better
the best
redemption arc than
characters
like
in TV.
Vegeta, dude. Like
Yeah,
I was
he
about
was
to
up
pop
there.
off.
Yeah, he truly had like a great arc.
And then they just pew.
Yeah.
Because like you
Into the
truly hate his character. You know, you learn to truly hate him, and then you learn to like, wow, I love this guy.
And then
And
Like-
then the writers are just like, yeah, what if all that character development didn't matter? And it's like, holy shit, man, you guys
Cool.
suck.
yeah, it was, and then like the whole time it was happening at the ending, and I was like, okay, this is a ruse, right? Like he's gonna. And then I don't think this is. Oh my god, no, no, oh no, what have you done to my boy? But
That was me. I was like, oh my god, these guys are just don't know how to write.
hey,
I don't know if they ever did.
but who has a better story than? Oh my god, I still look back at that
Everyone?
little sentence.
Oh yeah, when he's like,
But who has a better story or whatever than
the dude that's supposed to never have any like power or anything like that, because
He's like-
that's like his whole like character. Like,
yes,
what do you mean?
I guess I'll take it.
Yeah, you will be the hand of the king, and that'll be your punishment.
So that's why I was like, okay, if they're gonna go with anything, at least it's Jon Snow. I'll take that bit. But yeah, I'm interested. Again. Once I see like season 1 House of Dragons, I'll then base whether I'm excited for a Jon Snow sequel or not. Because I imagine it'll be done in a similar fashion. And speaking of movies, TV shows, entertainment, apparently the Avengers Endgame director went on the record to say that he wants to see Chris Evans as Wolverine. But
Well, you can't do that.
that's
like,
what I'm.
you
But
can't.
like,
Hey
'cause
guy,
how?
stop it.
But how is he? Because I'm assuming it would be they would throw him in the universe, right? But then
Yeah. Maybe it's like a different universe type of thing. Like what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
What if?
yeah, or no, like he's part of section or planet 615, and they take him from their world and they need him for the
see,
X-Men.
it's just gonna be so confusing and nearly impossible to disassociate him in a Marvel movie as Wolverine, where Captain America existed as not Captain America. I think at that point, just get a different actor. I think that's just so bizarre that that's like the route. And I mean, that's just him saying it. I who knows if that, but like, is that really what?
Yeah.
Are there
People
people that
want
want that? Maybe. I don't. I don't think I do. And
No.
I'll be honest too. Until we eventually get a new Wolverine, it's so hard to picture
Whoever
anyone.
it is.
Yeah,
But Hugh
that's not
Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. So like, I'm even trying to picture Chris Evans as Wolverine. I'm like, not Hugh Jackman. But I just need to see it because it's like the same as when we're 70 and they've rebooted the Marvel Universe 4 times and it's a new Iron Man. I'll be like, yeah, it's not Robert Downey Jr.
Grandpa, he's like 1,000 years old now.
Yeah, we'll be watching like the original Avengers, and it'll be like spaghetti westerns to our grandkids. Like, oh my god, Granddad, really? Civil War
The Good, the
again?
Bad, the Ugly again.
Yeah. Oh,
This was a classic.
those are so cringe. Those have not aged well.
They really have not.
I'm sure. Yeah, we'll look back and newer generation, they'll look at it as if it was like, I don't know, some trash. But hey, it's our trash. Other couple stories, unless you guys have anything. DICE announced that they have no plans to make non-Battlefield games right now, which generally I'd be like, unremarkable. Okay, whatever. Of course not. But their excuse is because we're so busy working on Battlefield, and everyone's working on Battlefield, and I feel like that's not what you want to say right now.
Because doesn't that game suck?
Yeah, because like, wait, so that's all you've been, and that's ooh.
Like
Like,
that's what you're doing?
Yeah, I feel like they were maybe trying to be like, ha, but in reality, it's like, that's not, no, that's...
It's like, I don't think anyone cares right now.
Because, like, I think, too, there's a new thing that's like, they're already working on the next Battlefield.
It's like, you should have started working on you should have started working on 5.
Like, I don't know if they have any goodwill left to, like, most of their... I mean, they still have some Copium users. It's pretty funny to go on the Battlefield 2042 subreddit. Just to see some people huffing Copium. But it's just like, what? What happened, man?
We're working on the next Battlefield game. So where were you? So where was that work on 2042,
Yeah,
guys?
why didn't you even release a full Battlefield? And you're
We
all
didn't even
and
release
apparently
that game.
it's already a skeleton crew. Because like they legally have to like do the season 1 thing, and then at least from reports, whatever, it's a skeleton crew now, and then once that's it, like that they're cutting support to go to the next one because guys, this one will be different. Even though this is exactly what they did with like Battlefield 5, except that one had a little bit of a longer run, and they actually made it good at the end. But it's just
A good thing we can rely on Infinity Ward like our good old days, and Modern Warfare 2 is probably going bang. At least we
I'm
got
hoping
them.
so.
'Cause
Because
after
Modern
Modern Warfare did exactly what COD 4 did back in the day. It just changed the way people perceive first-person shooters, like how good they can be.
Well, and then it got me back in like the COD bug. I'm like sick, and then the next two are
Same.
like,
I was literally thinking about what games am I excited for, and it's like I'm not excited for a lot. You know, I don't get excited for a lot of games these days because I'm so used to devs letting me down. And
bro.
so, like when I think about it, I'm like, oh my god, I am excited for Modern Warfare 2.
I know,
It's 10 years ago all over again.
but it's like because the problem
That game
too
was
is
sick.
all
That's
the
the
Call
only
of
game that took
Duties,
away from Halo 3.
all the Call of Duties after Modern Warfare felt like budget Modern Warfare, and it's like, what do we? You guys aren't even like. I was thinking like Modern Warfare showed like, oh shoot, they can actually iterate and improve, and as long as they build upon this moving forward, this will be sick. But then every other game just felt like they're like, shoot, they really like Modern Warfare. How can we like make our game like it, but also feel like it's a watered down version? So now it's like, okay, it's Modern Warfare 2. IW back at it again. I'm hopeful. Because frankly that popped off. And then Warzone was sick because it was using the like there's a reason it didn't use any of the other engines or games. They like threw some of the weapons in. But it's a banger. So I am cautiously optimistic.
That's good. Being cautiously optimistic, I think, is always the safe thing.
Which I can't do about mini games these days. I'm now not cautious. I'm optimistic about Scarlet and Violet. Ever since that most recent trailer we saw. What else am I optimistic about?
I'm always hype for Pokemon.
That kind of
Arceus
mean helping.
single-handedly, I was actually low on my hype for Pokemon, and Arceus single-handedly got me back on my Pokemon bullshit. So
Stonks back up. Oh, God of War Ragnarok. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Oh.
Excited about that one.
And Thor Ragnarok.
oh,
not a video game, but yeah.
that's not a game.
But I'm just saying,
I am
like,
excited for it.
What else is coming out? Gotta be something. I mean, it's a meme, but I'm excited for Overwatch 2.
I'm not excited that I'm gonna be at TwitchCon when it comes out. Like that was. I hope it gets delayed. Like I pray.
I'm not excited about Overwatch 2 because it's Overwatch 2. I'm excited that hopefully, the content, but that the game is fun again. Like just, I don't know, Overwatch for the first year and a half was just fun, and then everything started changing in metas, and then it just stopped being fun. So if they can just get that back and being able to play with all you boys again, because like everybody's suddenly having fun and excited about it again. That's what I'm excited about, frankly. Yeah, of course, like custom game shenanigans and whatnot. But there are Ghost of Tsushima sequel rumors, but I mean that'll be years.
That game was so sick.
If it is coming out, we might get a teaser next year for like 2 years from then release. Because there was like a news article like rumors of a new open world stealthy game from Sucker Punch Studios. I'm like, the Ghost of Tsushima 2.
No.
So I'm like, Ghost of Tsushima 2. Right, okay. I would hope so. If they want to make another game, go for it. Especially if they want to like scale up their thing, but please give me Ghosts 2. Please.
I loved that game. I loved throwing chimes, but then I had the buff where it was like the chimes blow up in a toxic poison. It was just OP.
That was one of the few games because I usually also just always forget. But where I like purposely made a point to use like every tool throughout the game and different times, not just approach it the same way every single time, it was really fun.
I'm not a gamer like that. You're different. You're cut from a different cloth.
Well, I'm usually not. Like that's the point. But I made a point this time.
We have a Q&A if we just want to move on to that.
Well, I was thinking of other games, but I can't think of it. Well, lastly, though, we move on to. I did not realize we're so late. Destiny 2 DMCA abuser was revealed to be.
I
that's
saw
so
that.
Crazy to me.
Yeah. So if you didn't know, Destiny 2, a month ago or 2 months ago, there were these huge copyright claim strikes against.
Did you get striked?
I didn't get striked, no.
Okay.
Probably because he doesn't view me as a D2 content creator. Went around like striking people and getting their like things taken down and monetization, blah blah, and people were like, what is this? Because it was like the music in Destiny, and Bungie's like, this ain't us. Like we don't know what this is. So then it came out to be this Destiny 2 YouTuber. I don't know his name. I'm not gonna bother saying it. Who went around and was doing this purposefully.
Did you read like the court document at all?
Mm-mm.
So I read a little bit of it because I was fucking bored. And like by read I mean this. All right, like let me get to
yeah.
So the first thing I saw about it was this Discord message from the guy who was doing it, basically going like, I can't believe this is happening. Like
I did see that.
Anybody, that just means anybody can do it, type of thing. And then so I look at the court document, bro, and they have evidence. Like they got this guy in a corner. Like basically he got like, he was like a Destiny YouTuber, and putting that as lightly, he would take the original soundtracks, extend them type of thing, and then post them on his channel. So all it would be was like Destiny 2, Cabal theme, you know? So it would just be like the Cabal theme playing. And one of his videos got DMCA'd or something like that, and he was mad about it. So he made an email called like blah blah blah, like Tim Johnson CSM, and CSM is like the copyright studio that owns the music or something like that. So then he just started going around bouncing channel to channel, just claiming videos. And then he made like another burner email that was like another CSM one, and was just continuously taking them down. And they had like in a court document like 128 clauses, and what that basically means is like every clause is just like something that is important to the case essentially. And dude, and then like at the end when like they break down all their clauses, then they break down like what charges like that they think warrant these things, and it is a whole bunch of things.
Well, and he's getting sued for $7.6 million.
Yeah, you're fucked. That's fucking. And then to go on like Discord and like to go on to other platforms and be like, I'm a victim too, guys. Like,
but I mean,
it sucks.
It's good to see them take action against them, and I wish other people on YouTube who essentially do this, but just not for Destiny, would also be punished. But
we haven't talked about it at all. Have you guys seen like the Ant-Man thing going on? Yeah. Oh, Ackerman. What is it? Again? Act-Man. That shit is insane.
Like quantum TV and stuff.
And that stuff is like, it's not a user problem. This is like a YouTube problem. Yeah. Like this is like, it's like YouTube's not even following their own guidelines or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And like, it's so weird that like Bungie, an outside company, like takes this stand, but the platform itself that is literally dealing with almost the exact same thing takes the absolute like opposite approach to it. And that whole thing is just crazy. Like, could you imagine like false? Do you have any copyright claims, Christian, on your channel, or strikes on your channel?
No. There's like, I mean, I haven't gotten striked. I've gotten claimed. There's like a couple, like for instance, I've done like a you laugh, you lose. And then people just claim the videos and that. And I was like, okay, yeah. And then there was like, I did this like anime rhythm game.
Oh, I remember that game. You like that game.
Yeah. And then it got claimed by the art. I was like, okay, that makes sense. So I've gotten
Yeah.
claimed, and that just means like I don't make money. The money that video makes goes to whatever, and it's like I can't dispute that because, yeah,
I mean, yeah,
yeah,
I'd
yes,
use their
yeah, fair enough. But no, I've never gotten a strike.
like not even like a false strike or anything like that on your channel.
I think one several years ago.
That turned into nothing.
Yeah, and thankfully I had a YouTube contact, and I was able to like get it cleared up pretty quick because that it was a misunderstanding kind of thing. But
Yeah, I thought that could be brought up too because I just thought that was crazy because it sounded about the same as what's going on with this Destiny. To call him a YouTuber is kind, you know.
Yeah.
He literally just ripped music and put it on his channel.
all right, let's rapid fire some Q&A here.
Questions. All right. First question here is from Estra. Says, I'm aware of Fruit's injuries and such, but have any of y'all tried kickboxing? And if y'all haven't, would you ever be interested? No. I've
I'd
never
break if I tried kickboxing.
I've never tried like a physical sport like that, or like I don't even know if that's the right word of saying like I've just never tried a sport like that. So no. I'm little. I'm not very toned. I'm not very built. And getting punched in the fucking face and kicked in the fucking face does not seem like a good time to me. So no. It's never interested me ever. Kickboxing, Mr. Fruit?
I've never done it, never been interested. I don't know that stuff really. Like, maybe like Tai Chi or something, but like, you know, kickboxing, wrestling, boxing. None of that ever did it for me.
Stredrin says, do you guys think video games help develop mental and physical skills? Stay sweet.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a big agree. People tell me all the time, man, you have such good hand-eye coordination, and I was like, thanks. I kick the shit out of bosses in FF14, baby.
That parsing, baby.
And like I do notice I have some pretty nutty hand-eye, like something will drop and I'll catch it just out of the corner of my eye, and my parents will be like,
Feel
yo,
different.
what the fuck, dude? And I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
I play video games.
I
Like,
play video, but no joke. Like, I would not have the hand-eye coordination I do if I didn't play so many video games.
Yeah, if it's like in terms of like physical hand-eye coordination is the only thing that I could really like think about. But like,
For sure.
I've had decent hand-eye coordination even before I played video games or really like played video games. But like mental for sure. Like I remember like being a kid solving like the Ocarina of Time dungeons and stuff like that.
100%.
Like
yeah.
that shit really like makes you think. And like I attribute a lot of like my puzzle fascination and just mechanics and all that kind of stuff to Ocarina of Time because I would literally play that all fucking day. And it was like super fun and taught me a lot of things, even though as a kid you're just kind of running around the Deku tree forever. But like beating that and just starting with the Deku tree and then getting all the way to like the water temple, which is like the one of the most not hard but just monotonous puzzles in Ocarina of Time. That it taught me so much in terms of just like problem solving and reading, and reading and trying to stay up to all that kind of stuff. Even though I didn't, I just press A, But yeah, I would attribute a lot of mental to. Yeah, I never played Wii Bowling and go and bowl to 300. Albus, why do you run in here, knock this out, and then run away? Why? So yeah.
Baited. Yeah, no. I mean, it's been proven. Not like, well, even just almost any game, but there are certainly specific games too that stimulate mental growth in different avenues pretty well. Physical coordination, or like physical benefits are pretty limited to like something, like hand-eye coordination. It's not like, yeah, my stamina, I can run a marathon now. It's not
I got a
quite the
fucking
same.
6-pack.
Yeah. But no, it does. It can really help mental acuity, all that kind of stuff. I mean, a lot of it's used. There are a lot of games, specifically more like puzzle and specifically made games that are used to help either combat certain like degenerative mind diseases and whatnot. Pretty pog.
Albus says hi, by the way.
Hi, Albus.
Hello, always.
Dude, he's gotten so big. Like, check this. You full-grown cat. You
That's a
big
big
cat now.
boy.
Dude, it was weird. Like, I'll have to show you guys. I'll put it in the creator chat or something. We took a picture with him like 3 weeks ago, and then I took a picture with him today, like in the same kind of like position. And in like the 3 weeks, he has just like absolutely exploded in size. I'll put it in the main chat in the Discord. But he literally, like, I think went from like 6 pounds all the way up to like 10 in like literally a day, or literally like 3 weeks. Like, you won't believe the pictures I put in there, because I can't believe it. He's just gotten so big, and he's so sweet. Goo Boy says, howdy everyone. Which sandwich wins the ultimate sandwich off? PB&J, grilled cheese, a chicken and salad, or egg salad?
Oh, dude, grilled cheese is just too good for me. Ah, that's cheating.
I don't really like most of those. What was it? Was there PB&J in there?
Yes, there was.
Was there an egg salad?
Egg salad.
My mom makes a pretty good egg salad. Take out like
That's
the
disgusting.
like relish or something. Take that out. But yeah, just like you take like hard boiled eggs or something, and you kind of like throw some vinegar or something. You do that. Throw it on that. Put on some toasted bread. I like that. But the rest, not. No. I mean PB&J.
Yeah, I'm PB&J.
I will say I definitely eat PB&J the most out of all of those. But like, if you offer me a grilled cheese, I'm gonna be like, yep.
Got a question here from Pot. The only thing I do with grilled cheese though is I have to be eating it with tomato soup. Tomato soup just elevates it.
Stop, bro.
Pot says, hey Rob, I gotta know, for the Manscaped ads, are the ball sack, your boy puns, all the stuff slid in there, or all those things they have said in the ad? It's a mental flashbang whenever I hear sweaty sack summer or let that bulge breathe. No, that is not coming from my head. That is all on there, but it does say like don't read verbatim or something like that. Like, make it personal. I just read what they give me. And if it says sweaty sack summer, I'm saying sweaty sack summer. Like, but no, those puns are all in there. Unfortunately, they do not come from my head. Zaz, this is an Obi-Wan question. Okay, so we talked about that basically. He's just asking about the Kenobi episodes. Glade says, hello mates. I know at least Rob is watching season 3 of The Boys, and my question is, do you feel like watching it is almost making other shows, movies seem less exciting due to the lack of blood and guts? I wouldn't say it's even the blood and guts that make
Yeah, I don't
the
think
show's
it's the blood
feeling.
and guts.
It's the writing. That show is just awesome. Like,
The Boys could have no blood and guts. I think the blood and guts just add to the how ridiculous the show is.
yeah,
And it's not, and like the blood and guts definitely adds to the ridiculous, but like the show is already so ridiculous that I'm not like, oh, this show would suck without blood and guts. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in love with the show. I know Christian would probably say the same thing along the lines of like, yeah, it's not even the blood and guts, it's the writing, it's the tension. Like, oh, in this the latest episode, dude, Hero-gasm, take away all like the weird sex things and all that. That episode fucking bangs. No pun intended. Chives says, hey guys, so I've recently started rewatching the Lord of the Ring movies with some of my friends, and it made me want to think of more high fantasy stuff. Do you have any recommendations? I'm fine with any format, books, movies, games, etc. I'm interested in watching Game of Thrones, but I've heard so many bad things the last few seasons. Do you guys still think it's worth watching?
Nope.
Yes. I think Christian's still in the yes boat as well.
Yep.
But barely.
Yep. I still think even just watching the first, getting the first 5 seasons in, regardless, are some of the best TV, I think, and entertainment ever, that I think it's worth it.
Agreed. Big agree. Like, it's so good.
First 4 seasons are some of the best TV in history.
But you can stop, stop when Daenerys crosses. That's it. Like, that's when you stop, and then
I can't believe the show now. Like,
yeah, just tell yourself, oh man, I can't believe they stopped there.
Yeah, you would have thought they'd wrap it up.
Like, I felt like if they ever do a reboot, that's where they should start it. From right there. From that point on, and then retcon everything. Blemish says, could we get some summer GG Easy merch for Fruit Summit fundraiser?
It is in the works, yes.
Yes, Mr. Fruit is currently working on something. We're looking into doing like a stream and stuff too, maybe, and having all the boys who are doing like who are planning on coming do like an incentive stream or something like that. I think that'd be cool and raise funds and stuff like that, and also like do some really fun content. And also be like, if we hit like this threshold, we'll do another, like, I'll do a 50 Snickers challenge, that type of thing. And at $100, we'll do something that we're gonna do anyways, like the soda tasting challenge, where like it's just random sodas and glasses, and you have to try and taste which one you think it is. Like, and can Rob really taste no difference between Dr. Pepper Zero and Dr. Pepper?
One way to find
out. Question from Estra. Says, question for you all. Would you be willing to participate in community D2 events in House Fruit Clan stuff? I'm setting up a tourney soon and was curious if maybe the prize could be fight against the dream team. Also, the watermelon fruit symbol plush ever coming back?
No current plans. Not that it won't ever. But not for the foreseeable future if it does. As for the events, I don't even really play Destiny.
Yeah, I don't play Destiny.
I pretty much play to record and grind the weekly. So
I play when Christian tells me to. So like if somebody won the tournament and we could make a video of we play House Fruit members that won a tournament or something like that and can make some content out of it, sure, I'll be there because Christian wants to be there. But I don't play Destiny unless Mr. Fruit says so.
We're gonna show up.
Basically.
I suck at the game, so I would be a terrible prize. So
no. There's no better prize than you.
I do be logging in to play the story though. The story do bang.
Yeah, I just PvP, like I just CBA, mate.
Mate.
I felt bad, dude. I was being so toxic. I don't know why. So Chariona or Char, I guess, sorry, tweeted out a picture of like Genie when he gets like his gauntlets removed in Aladdin.
Oh, yeah. And you're like,
I was like, no more Destiny? He's like, I like Destiny. Frowny face. And I was like, I'm being toxic. I was like, I'm being toxic. I'm sorry. Yeah, I need to read my audience. Need to read the audience.
Don't mind me.
Orange says, hey all, question for Blue. How are you feeling about the current ultimate / what prog points are at? Personally, I'm on part 6 prog and it feels super fun, but hard to get consistent and love fight all around. Thanks and love the podcast. Less than 3.
I never want to do an ultimate like this ever again.
Wow, not having fun?
No, I love it. I love it, but like
blasphemy.
This is one of those fights like I'll wait till later. Like I'll wait for people to come up with all the strats. I'll wait for people to I'll wait a couple months after it comes out for me to jump into it. I'm on part 7 prog right now, so we're almost done with the fight, but like I just Dragons was definitely the hardest to prog just because it's so far into the fight and so many of the mechs are just so bullshit. I don't know, so much of the fight is just bullshit. Like this would be a good encounter. How do we add something to make it bullshit? And like they just add so much bullshit into part 6 that just makes it so like
symbols.
lame. No, FF actually has mechanics, so yeah, I don't know. Part 6 was very tough. Double Dragons is a hard ass phase, especially to get consistent. Just because it's so random, and then the Mortal Vow passing is just so dumb. And yeah, I mean, uh, I mean, we're still not always through part 6 consistently either, but we're on part 7 right now, so hopefully
Well,
we
GL.
crack in. I just don't want to. I'm definitely not going to try this hard to do an ultimate on content ever again. Maybe if the ultimate is not as dick punchingly hard as this one, but this one is just so. Dude,
Dick
this is
punching.
the hardest thing. This is the hardest fight I've ever like worked on in a video game ever. Like not even close. Not even remotely close. So yeah. Yeah.
Question here
Good luck to you.
from Mob says, so there's gonna be a Fruit Summit boxing match, right? Rob versus Fruit, Dado versus Joey, everyone versus Arios. Yeah, let's just put this out there. Christian has about 10 pounds of muscle, probably on me. So
Arios has 50 on the rest of us.
Yeah,
so.
but Arios is like the mountain.
yeah, I mean,
See,
but that's what I was gonna
Fruit
say.
is like-
Arios versus Fruit would probably be more of a fair
Fruit
fight.
is like peak optimal performance. You know, he's cut. He's
Arios also
jacked.
has like a foot on me. I stand no chance, dude.
Yeah, but Arios is like
He'd sit on me.
Arios is tall
I'd thank him.
and he's absolutely yoked out of his mind. He would
Bro.
kill us.
Thank you everybody for watching and or listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. If you didn't, sorry. Maybe like the next one. Next Sunday.
Yeah, maybe we'll like episode 139.
That's a good one I've heard.
'Cause
Look
we'll
out
be
for
here.
us next week. See you then.